Speaking to Natalia Antilava there. The United Arab Emirates celebrated its 37th National Day earlier this week. The country is almost unrecognizable from when it was formed back in 1971. But some Emiratis are concerned that the rapid pace of economic growth and the influx of expat workers means that their national identity is being lost. Malcolm Baldwin reports.
National Day celebrations in the western region of the Emirates. This is one of the most traditional and sparsely populated areas in the country. The government declared 2008 as a year of national identity, and the UAE hosted its biggest National Day celebrations ever this year. With rapid economic development, the government is determined to preserve Emiratis' sense of national identity.
When we talk about the importance of national identity, we talk about sticking to our culture and paying attention to the smallest details, such as the national dress. This does not mean we should dislike or get away from other nationalities. We should instead learn from them and respect them because they have helped build this country. We just try to make sure our culture does not melt underneath all the other cultures.
But this is getting tougher, especially for Dubai. This city has risen from the desert through the vision of leaders and the toil of expat workers. The number of expats has increased dramatically over the last 5 years, and they now outnumber Emiratis by more than 4 to 1.
A lot of them, I believe, feel that they have lost a part of their identity. I mean, if you look at the high-rises, it's not basically typical of the region. It is something new. They're excited about it. They're happy that this is happening. But at the same time, a lot of their traditional architecture, a lot of their traditional way of life is being lost because of that influence. And they realize that this is the price that you'd have to pay to create an international city, basically.
One of the biggest challenges has been the sheer pace of change.
The gap between generations are huge. Now, the age of UAE is 37 years, all right? Now, the old generation cannot adapt with the speed of the development that's happening right now. The same, also the youngsters, they are over-adapting. They're trying to be part of the culture of the new development, and this is what they are, getting it all wrong.
This is one of the busiest shopping malls in Dubai, and international brands are everywhere here. So much so that you could be in Europe or America. Most of the shop fronts and menus in restaurants are in English as opposed to Arabic. And some Emiratis are worried that amid the economic developments here, they are losing their national identity. It's something that the government is seeking to address. Restaurants here in Dubai face fines if they don't also print their menus in Arabic. And the government is trying to reduce the cultural gap between UAE nationals and expats. Many expats spend years here without getting to know any Emiratis or learning much about the culture, which is one of the reasons why Dubai established a Cultural and Arts Authority earlier this year.
It has been created to basically maintain and promote the traditions of the UAE, the arts, and to promote it to the expatriates or the visitors coming into the UAE and into Dubai. You've got the nationalization taking place in companies, private sectors, where a certain percentage of the employees need to be UAE nationals. You've got the government asking all government sectors and institutions to use Arabic as their official language.
Many young Emiratis between the age of 5 and 10 are more comfortable speaking English than Arabic, and this is one of the challenges. As the demographic imbalance increases and more expats import their own culture, it will become even harder for the next generation of Emiratis to hold on to their national identity.